Alright, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, sorry I haven't been posting as much as I presume you would like me to. Being stuck in isolation, I've been lacking a bit of motivation, but as you guys also know, I'm still studying and I'm finding it a bit hard to juggle things. I did actually plan on making a video on my most recent artwork, so if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen these environmental cup designs that I've made, and there was a little bit of a story behind it which I wanted to take you guys through. So this was a part of a university assignment. We were encouraged to create an artwork or an environmental poster that centered around global warming and the environment, but we also had to integrate cups. This is the brief if you want to have a look at it. I'll also leave it in the description so you can have a read if you would like. It's quite a simple brief, and the first thing that I needed to do was create some illustrations or some ideas to come up with something that I wanted to create. This is what I came up with, and after a little bit of thought, I decided that I wanted to go with this idea, having 3 cups side by side, and the labels or the cup grips actually have the illustrations on them. I wanted to also incorporate color into these 3 cups. I wanted to incorporate green, orange, and blue. So I figured, well, maybe blue can represent global warming and I can integrate some form of icebergs. Green can be deforestation, and orange can be the forest fires and the effects that global warming has caused on bushland like we've just experienced in Australia. It's funny because I went downstairs, I did the whole shoot, Mike actually helped me get some B-roll, and then unfortunately a lot of the footage was lost because Liam just went away and formatted his SD cards. My fault, I should have got him off his cards, and so that's why I'm doing this little story time now. But what I did was go downstairs and I only captured the one photo that I needed, which was this one. Once I packed up all the lighting equipment, came upstairs, I realized that the brief actually asks me to take 20 different images. So I had to go back downstairs and get a little bit more creative, even though I was straying away from my initial idea. And this is when something funny happened. Fuck, how can I actually take 20 different photos if they're all just standing still? And then I came up with the idea, all right, we'll just bullshit our way out of this and mix the cups around and, you know, just get a little bit fugazi, and then we'll just pick the photo that we initially took. Ironically, I came up with a pretty creative idea that I think I'm actually going to go with. I'm thinking of laying out these cups in a way in which I can then illustrate them and integrate the different biomes into those specific cups. So I'm thinking this cup here will have water flowing out of it, maybe an iceberg or some Antarctic animals. This cup here is going to be the forest. It'll probably have a bulldozer coming in and cleaning up the trees. And then this cup here will be the forest fires or the bush fires, and I reckon I'll have some animals running towards the more greener trees. I don't know how I'm going to go with this illustration and integrating the actual cup look, but I think it's really creative. I'm now going to make this a lot more harder than I initially planned, but that's okay because fuck them. The next thing that I did after that shoot was pretty much mock up the cup photo that I liked the most onto Illustrator. I created the outlines, and then I realized that I need to maintain the 3D perspective of the cups, and so then I created some wireframes around them. After that, I decided to start off with the iceberg version, the global warming aspect of the 3 cups. I tried to go with the geometric approach, which didn't really work out. I was looking at it and I was like, this looks like shit. Pretty much deleted everything and tried again, and now what I'm looking at I'm a lot happier with, because it's just a bit cleaner, more simple, which I find actually a lot harder to do and execute and for it to come across better. Not only that, but the style that I'm actually applying to this specific artwork I came across on Dribble. This is the image of it, and I saw it because it was simple. It seemed a lot easier to do than something that was a lot more detailed. I'm dealing with line work, so a lot of strokes and a lot of colored shapes, but the layering is what's been a bit of a bitch so far. But yeah, other than that, it's going pretty well. The assignment's due tomorrow, and I still need to do the trees and then the bushfire section, and I'm actually live right now with everybody in the chat. I can actually say hi to the chat in a second, yeah, I thought, why not, let's go live and just create this with everybody that wants to join in. So we've got about 16 people watching me now, and they're in the chat having a good time, and I'm just gonna smash this out for the next 2-3 hours. So yeah, happy days. As you can see, I spent quite a lot of time trying to figure out how to go about making these burnt trees and the fire. The reason why it was difficult is because initially I was using curved and round shapes for the trees and the fire, and it was hard to distinguish one from the other. Then Liam gave me a great idea, which was to
make the trees more edged, like a branch, as opposed to wavy, because the flames are more curved and wavy, and you don't want to get the branches the same shape as the flames, essentially. So just break it up by making the branch edges a bit more hard edged.
This was no doubt, however, the hardest part of the entire illustration. And there you have it, we did it. I finished the illustration and submitted the assignment about 3 days late. I'll put the final PDF that I submitted in the description below if you want to have a look at the final result. But overall, I'm really happy that I decided to go a little bit above and beyond for this assignment, because it definitely pushed my creativity and my skill set, and it allowed me to try a different style that I haven't tried out before. It was simple, it was clean, but it was still hard in the same sense. I think the message is also conveyed really nicely. It's a strong and powerful message in itself. I think the artwork is really balanced, and I love the color palettes that I've used alongside it. This was the final artwork. I mocked it up on a canvas template and went with a grayscale background because I didn't want to put any colors in it, because I wanted to draw attention to the colors within the actual illustration itself. Other than that, guys, that is pretty much it for this video. A little bit of a short one, nothing too hectic. I just wanted to show you what I've been working on throughout this isolation period and what's been keeping me so busy. I have some plans on creating a Discord that will be coming. All of that kind of news will be on my Instagram, so if you haven't followed me already, come check me out at CK Creative. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe, and I will see you all in the next one. Yo.